This next hands-on is something that you should be able to do on your own. So I'm going to get you started, but you are going to complete this on your own. So in your chapter 3 folder, we want to create a guests.py file. So I'm going to do a new file, going to save it, make sure it's going into chapter 3. And then we're going to complete exercises 3-4, 3-5, 3-6, and 3-7. So these are the try it yourself exercises. And as you can see, I did it in one file. I thought that was the easiest way to do it. And so looking at the requirements here, 3-4, if you could invite anyone living or deceased to dinner, who would you invite? Make a list that includes at least 3 people you would like to invite to dinner. Use your list to print a message to each person, inviting them to dinner. So first I'm going to print out let's do a little label here, 3-4. Call it guest list. So I'm inviting people who I've lost. So one would be my dad and my grandma and my grandpa. Okay, and that is really who I would invite. And then we have to print a message. So, and we want it for each person. Okay, and so you can basically print whatever kind of message you want. Okay, but remember, you are inviting them to dinner. So, uh, for me, I would do something like this. Okay, and you have to invite each person. Oops. Let me see, that should be person 1. And then we got person 2. Okay, and let me clear the screen down here. Oops. And then I'm going to run it. Okay, so that is exercise 3-4. That's all you had to do for that one. Okay, then you're going to move on to exercise 3-5. Changing the guest lists. So you just heard that one of your guests can't make it to dinner, so you need to send out a new set of invitations, and you'll have to think of someone else to invite. Okay, so first thing that we have to do on this is indicate that one of our guests can't make it. So And I'm going to have Grandpa Bob unable to make it. All right, so we're indicating Grandpa Bob can't make it to dinner. Okay, and then modify the list, replacing the name of the guest who cannot make it with the name of the new person. All right, so I would invite my deceased father-in-law. So I'm going to say guest list position 2 equals Grandpa Jerry. And then after you do that, we have to send out that entire list again. So that just is a matter of copying and pasting. And that is exercise 3.5. Okay, so here is that new list. And I'm going to let you kind of do 3.6 on your own. And you can do 3.7 on your own. And then you will move on to exercise 3.9. And so what I want you to do is add the length function to exercise 3.6 because that has the most guests. So after you print out that you found a bigger dinner table, which is part of that exercise, indicate how many people you are inviting to dinner. And you're going to get that number from the length function. Okay, so basically exercises 3.4 through 3.9 are going to be done in a guest's file. Okay, then you're moving on to exercise 3.10. And so for this one, you have to have a list, and then they want you to use all of the functions from the chapter. Okay, so I did a list of animals. And in fact, I think I called it zoo animals. And this is a list of all of the functions and methods and commands that are in the chapter that you need to use. So basically, I used an F string in one of my printouts. I used append and insert to add to my list. Okay, so I printed the original. I printed the list after I did the append and the insert. I used delete, pop, and remove to remove items from the list. And then I printed after deletion so you can see that it is smaller. Then I did a temp sort using sorted. I sorted in reverse and then I sorted in alphabetical order. And finally, I printed out how many animals were in my final list. Okay, so that is how I went about doing this very last exercise. If you run into any problems on exercises 3.6, 3.7, 3.9, or 3.10, let me know. And we can set up a little time in Zoom to meet and I can help you. Or if you send me your file, I can actually take a look at it and tell you what the problem is. Okay, so have fun with this one because you are making up the lists. So make it your own and have fun with it.